so you have to keep it clean.
Right.
And then the tank, of course, if you clean it once a year, that is enough.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. From your experience, who has actually installed this system into their own household so far?
Mainly people in the rural areas where they don't have pipe water systems. Dry zone areas, also hilly areas where they don't have a water source up there in the hill.
Okay.
So they, especially in the wet areas, they have a lot of rain, but there's no place to keep it. So they have to come to the, if the well is usually down the hill.
Right.
So rather than taking the water up, it's best to collect it where it falls in the top of the hill.
True.
So those are the popular places where people have rainwater harvesting, and also the coastal areas where the groundwater is saline. And as Professor said, in areas where these kidney problems are prevalent,
Right.
so they prefer to drink rainwater
Okay.
in those areas as well.
Right. So now it is time for Colombo, even Central Colombo, to kind of maybe using this technique, because this could be very beneficial
Nice.
to you in the long run, if I'm correct, Doctor.
Yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead.
It can also prevent flooding in Colombo.
Okay.
That's one of the advantages as well, because what happens now is where all our surfaces are either tarred or paved.
That's right.
So there's no place for the water to seep into the ground. It has to go through the drainage system. As we all know, either they are not adequate or they are blocked up with dirt. So it ends up in the roads.
Right.
So if everybody collects certain amount of water, then it will reduce the flow into the roads. Yes.
Right. And also the inevitable corrosion of the roads, because I
Yes.
mean that does tend to happen if too much
That's
of
right.
water does drown the road.
That's
All right. So far the forum has done a lot of promotional work by going. How does your promotional work go?
We go to the villages and we have some awareness programs,
Right.
talk to the community, have some exhibitions. We also do some training of officials, make them aware at different levels, and training of masons and technicians on how to construct the systems. And we also have some publications as well. Yeah.
Right. How has the response been from? You've obviously done some promotional work here in Colombo as well. How's the response been on that so far?
Colombo is because everybody has pipe water system, so they are not that interested in collecting rainwater.
Okay.
But people are getting more interested, especially with the flooding problems and things, and water bills, having to pay water bills and the cost of it. So people want to look at alternative
Alternate methods, because everyone, apparently the green craze is what's going on in Colombo, and everyone wants to be in support of our ecosystem.
Sure.
So I understand there is a proposed plan for a rain center, if I'm correct.
Yes, plan is in operation. The center is actually being set up.
Nice. Where is it going to be located?
It is in Palavatta, near New Parliament Road.
Right.
Right next to the Janakala Kendra.
Okay.
So quite prominent place. So we have we set it up earlier last month. So it's in operations, and it will be like a demonstration site for people to come and experience how rainwater harvesting is been done, and also some technologies, and get some advice on how to build a rainwater harvesting system.
Right. All right, Doctor, getting to you now. If I wanted to collect rainwater now, since you have completely impressed me and I want to have it done, how would I go about doing this?
Well, first you should have a place to construct this tank.
Right.
If there is, we don't need such a large extent of land, and then obviously I'm sure your roof must be either tile or asbestos, so it's easy to collect the water. Then you have to have gutters, and then if you consult our forum, we can advise you what exactly to be done. The sizes and so on, those details can be given.
Right.
And there is one thing which I forgot to mention is that there is a lot of potential for rainwater harvesting in urban areas. You take the case of, say for example, the hospital in Colombo. The roof area must be at least about 50,000 square meters.
Right.
So the water that falls onto that roof, if it is collected, can be used for washing of drains and toilets and so on.
Okay.
So there's a lot of potential. The minister, Dinesh Gunawardena, he was really interested in this area, and he is the Minister of Water Supply and Drainage, so in his capacity as the minister, he takes a keen interest in promoting rainwater harvesting. But unfortunately, some of these other ministries, they are not doing this work. Now, for example, Education Ministry, the schools. Now, there are schools in Colombo district. Students can use that water for various purposes. So if there is a program to collect this water which falls onto the roofs of the schools, the hospitals, the large buildings, government departments, a lot of water can be saved. And the other advantage is that the energy which is used to pump this water can be saved. Because you don't have to pump water. Now we are pumping water from some place like Labugama, and then a lot of energy is wasted.
True.
But if we collect that water in the school or the building itself, and can be used in for various purposes in that building, like gardening and washing cars and so on. Some time ago, you remember, we constructed a tank in Setsiripai. That was about 6-7 years ago.
Right. And this was the first tank that you set up, or
no, not the first tank. In an urban area.
Okay.
So it's a big tank. So the Setsiripai, you know, it's a big building. So the roof area is also large, and then that water was used to clean water, to wash cars. So that way you can save a lot of water, which otherwise just will go into the drains and finally end up in the sea.
So obviously you have persuaded me to make the followers of Good Morning Sri Lanka really get into rainwater harvesting. Now this is a really interesting topic, and we really like to thank both of you for coming on the show and letting people know that there's such a thing. To be honest, I didn't know this existed, but now I do, thanks to you. So if I wanted to get in touch with you, how would I do that?
Yeah, we are located in 41/12 New Parliament Road, Kalawatta. Phone number is 552-612. So we can contact us or drop by and come and see us.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, that's it for Good Morning Sri Lanka. For now, we'll be right back after this commercial break.